reminder.
Oh, my. Oh, I was just looking at Jeffrey's chart. The first day he was here, I had no idea what it meant. But now I can read all his vital signs, see if there have been any changes.
And have there been any changes?
No. No, he's still in the coma. But the doctors explained to me that it's really his body's way of dealing with the trauma, and there's still every hope that he'll snap out of it.
Kelly, it's been several days now.
Yeah, I know, Mom. But that doesn't mean that he won't.
I'm not suggesting that he won't. I just think it's very important for you to prepare yourself with the kind of life he might have to live if he does come out of this.
Well, whatever that is, we can deal with it.
Kelly, you and Jeffrey are in the middle of getting a divorce.
I know. I already told you there's not going to be a divorce.
I just wanted you to think of all your options.
No use, Sophia. I've already tried to talk some sense into her.
Mona, get in here. My personal financial records were in here someplace.
And you told me don't touch them, and I didn't.
Somebody touched them. I looked through it 10 times, and they're not here. They're gone. Julia Wainwright did it. She snoops in here all the time.
Miss Wainwright hasn't been in here. Maybe your wife needed them. She's always poking around in that file.
No, Gina. Oh, no. This is...
Do you want us to call her?
No, I don't want you should call her. I don't want you to... Don't tell her. Don't. Don't. My wife can't know.
Well, we're almost at Julia's house. Sonny?
Huh?
Julia's house is right up the street. Why don't I drop you off on the corner? I think that'd be a little better. You're awfully quiet. I know you must be a little nervous about the second half of our plan, about reconciling with Cece, but it is very important. I know how difficult it's going to be for you. I mean, a man can be infuriating. I know, I was married to him twice, but it's very important that you try to repress your anger towards him and just try to get along. You understand, Sonny? Sonny?
Stop the car.
What?
I said stop the car. Now.
Just looking to see if Cruz was here. He's here. I'm sure he's here. Oh, God, no. There was a tape, wasn't there?
I saw what he did. He recorded the whole thing. I'm gonna kill him when I find him. I'm going to kill him.
All right. Stopped. What's the problem? Wait a minute. What's going on? Oh, Sonny, wait! Time out! What is happening here?
Sorry, I just had this feeling I couldn't quite get under control.
Well, I know you've always found me attractive, but you're gonna have...
for you.
Well, then, what was all that about?
Ever since we got in this car, I've been thinking about getting back to her.
Julia?
Getting her back in bed.
I think I get the picture.
See, before I had the hots for you, so I was seeing if I couldn't get that feeling back, get over this feeling I got for Julia.
And that's why you kissed me.
Yeah. You know, sometimes you get a taste for something like fine bourbon, but you can't afford the bourbon, but you got to get the taste of it out of your mouth with something else or it'll drive you crazy.
So, you really wanted to order a fine bourbon, but instead you had yourself a beer.
Kind of like that, yeah.
Oh, well, I'm glad I could help.
Gina, these feelings I'm having are driving me crazy.
Well, don't think about them. You don't have any feelings. Just nothing's going on in your head.
You can't say that. I could be falling for her.
Now, look, why don't you just concentrate on Cece and forget about Julia?
Oh, Cece doesn't want me to love, honor, and cherish him for the rest of his life.
I wouldn't be too sure about that.
She's planning this wedding right down to the candy dishes.
Well, it's never going to happen. Don't worry about it.
I am worried about it. I don't think it's healthy for me to spend all this time with her. I don't think it's good for my head. These ideas keep coming out of nowhere.
Well, look, you're just thinking too much. Just don't think.
All right, well, you the brains of this outfit. How do we fix it?
Well, maybe it's time that we broke the two of you up.
You mean not see her anymore? Or the kid?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you just said that.
I know what I just said. Not sure that's what I meant.
Well, why not?
I'm not sure I'm ready to give her up.
Please, I know that you only want what is best for me. And from your point of view, that's leaving Jeffrey and living my own life.
Kelly, we're not suggesting that you desert him.
But that's exactly what I would be doing. And maybe 6 months ago I could have done that, but I realized that I can't abandon somebody when they need me as much as Jeffrey needs me now.
Kelly, for crying out loud, you can't spend your life playing nurse to Jeffrey.
No, I won't. But I also won't walk away from him while there's still a hope. Now, I don't know how much Jeffrey can hear. I don't know how much he can understand. But I really feel like my being here can only be helpful.
Honey, this is very compassionate of you. But you're the one that told me that you weren't in love with him anymore. Don't you think that if he comes out of this, you're just going to get his hopes up?
Mama, I may not love him as my husband anymore, but I still care so very much for him. And I've made my decision to stand by him now.
This is absolute madness. I mean, this is crazy. She's in the prime of her life. She can't throw this time away. She was going to divorce the man in a month anyway. The whole thing doesn't make sense.
Oh, sure it does. It makes perfect sense.
Oh, really? Why don't you tell me then?
All right, I will. I know exactly how she felt. I know how she felt after that whole episode with TJ. She felt like she'd been used, and she wanted to feel like a decent, normal person again.
And this is going to do that for her?
That's right. Because she has a great sense of duty as far as Jeffrey's concerned. And if she's convinced herself that this is going to work, she's going to feel like a good person.
It's a waste of her life, and we both know it.
Well, I know. But she's going to do it anyway. And sometimes, Cece, you don't even think about your own life in a circumstance like this. I know that I didn't when you were in a coma.
I never knew you could be so strong. So sure.
I wasn't sure, but I couldn't walk away because I couldn't give up hope. If I gave up hope, then I couldn't sacrifice any of my own life. And when you woke up, it was the answer to my hopes and my dreams, and I think hopes and dreams are what makes miracles. I'm very proud of my daughter right now for realizing that.
Wendy found the tape in her bedroom. He left it there for her to find. And I thought, maybe... Where was it?
It was on our bed. I couldn't figure out what it was doing there. It didn't look like it belonged, and I put it in the machine. Don't touch it, baby.
I gotta see it.
It's evidence. It has prints on it, maybe.
It doesn't have any prints on it. He didn't leave any clues here. He didn't leave any clues at Wendy's. The only reason he left this is to let us know that he is still out there.
Eden, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna find a way to hurt this man badly enough to make him pay for what he did to you. I'm so sorry. Are you gonna be all right?
Yeah. I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna wash my face and I'm gonna change. I'll be right back.
I'm worried about you, and I'm worried about her.
I'm all right. And if, for God knows what reason, I think she's going to be all right.
Has she mentioned any more about the possibility?
The possibility of that man being the father of our child? No.
It's perfectly natural for her to block that out, you know.
Yes, it is. She's just getting along moment to moment, basically. That's how we're doing it.
What I don't understand is how the doctors could find out something like that so soon.
Yeah, well, I don't understand either, but we can't talk about that now. We have to get through this. There's just room for her rage right now, and it's a good thing. Because her rage is how she's gonna get past this. That's how come she's not falling into pieces, and she'll be able to get on with her life when this is over. Her anger.
She's angry. And she's scared. And if that rapist is out there, there's a lot of women in this town that are feeling the same way that she does.
The man has never been as dead as that man. Yeah, I want to talk to the district attorney.
Zurich was so beautiful. I remember when we first met, you hated the way I bossed you around. When I saw you, you were the most handsome man I had ever seen. And as soon as you spoke to me, I fell in love with your accent. And then I fell in love with you. Oh, it was so crazy. Every corner we turned, there was someone chasing us, but I was so happy. You were happy too, I know you were. What's wrong? Duke. What is it? Your husband has regained consciousness.
Good. I'm looking forward to it. Right, Dad. I'll see you then. Glad you're back.
I'm glad that you're here.
Well, you're jumpy, aren't you?
Someone else was raped. Seems like it's the same person that raped Idен.
I thought they caught that guy.
Yeah, well, so did the police, but obviously they didn't, and I wanted to come home and check on Mrs. Cobb and Samantha.
Mrs. Cobb's already left. Samantha's asleep.
Have you been here long?
I just got back.
I heard about the way you treated Father Michael.
I didn't treat him anyway. I just didn't fall for his routine.
What routine?
The sad eyes, the smarmy voice, the hint of self-righteousness under the collar.
If it weren't for Father Michael, Mark McCormick, you still would be charged with his murder. Excuse me.
Well, I'll put another $1 in the offering plate.
Mason?
You never could take a joke.
Not at Michael's expense. He worked too hard to help me find you.
Well, as much as I'd love to stand here all night and talk about Father Michael, we can't. You have to get ready.
For what?
We're going out to dinner at the country club.
Oh, you didn't mention anything to me about that.
Well, I just found out. Dad and Sophia are joining us.
Cece invited us?
Well, if the truth be known, I invited them.
Is this another joke?
No. I'm just a little tired of the animosity between my father and me. I think it's time we put old scars in the past and look forward to a brighter tomorrow.
If you're gonna break out into an inspirational song, I'm leaving the room.
You're leaving the room anyway. You have to get ready. Babysitter's coming any minute.
Will you do something for me?
What's that?
Please don't drink.
Whatever you say.
I really do love you, Mason.
And the night that Wendy and I were looking at the tape, I thought that maybe he had made a tape of the night that he attacked me, and he did.
This confirms it. We've still got a rapist running around loose.
We cannot be certain about that. Maybe Critter sent over some friends.
Keith, could we not talk about this anymore? That is real evidence. So, if you have your video man enhance the images on that tape, we'll get more answers right now than sitting around here talking about it for a month.
We'll get on it right now. Is the guy here now?
Yeah, sure.
I'll take it. Only experts will see this.
You do whatever you have to do. I just want him caught.
We all do.
You all right?
I'm all right. Are you?
I'm fine. I just think it must be... I mean, it's like going through the whole thing all over again, isn't it?
I could take it.
Yeah, I know you can, darling. I just wish to God you didn't have to.
Cruzie's still out there. And nobody's gonna stop him unless we stop him.
That's probably true.
He's dangerous, and he's violent. And as much as I hate the thought of you being on this case, you're the best chance we've got. You're better than Boswell. You're better than Keith. You should be on this case.
Well, the only problem is that once we actually did find the guy, I wouldn't count on my chances of being able to behave in a professional manner around him.
I'm gonna call the station.
Why?
We have evidence, we have information. I could do more in one report than this whole department can do with all the information they have.
Well, Eden, couldn't you let Lydia do that?
It wouldn't be the same.
Well, it might not be the same. I don't think it's a good idea if you go back on television and talk about this thing again.
Wendy saw me on television. She wouldn't have called unless she knew that I went through the same thing that she did. How many women out there are sitting there, they're assaulted, they've been hurt, and they're too ashamed, they're too scared to say anything. It's my duty. I have to go out there and do this and let them know. Hello? Brent, hi. This is Eden Castillo. I was wondering, could you send a film crew over to the DA's office? Well, I'd like to do a report for the early news. All right, I got it. Yes, goodbye. He's sending over a camera.
Well, you certainly didn't have much trouble convincing him.
Well, he sees it as a real scoop.
You know, well, somebody ought to grab him by the shoulders and explain to him this is not about copying a scoop. It's about informing the public.
I got that, and it's exactly what I'm going to do.
What were you arguing with him about there at the end?
He just wants to get as much mileage out of it as he can. He wants to call the guy the video rapist.
Oh, for God's sake. I hate that man. What do you got?
Sorry, Mrs. Castillo. It's the same guy on both tapes.
Are you certain?
Yeah, it looks like it. It's, we're running it through the computer right now, but it looks like the size, shape, movements all indicate it's the same guy.
Okay, I think we can continue the investigation with that as a premise, but I don't want to totally abandon the possibility of a copycat.
It's your call.
Wait a minute, you can't have Castillo handling this case.
Oh, yes, I can.
This is totally unethical. The man is too emotional.
Save it! Mr. Castillo has control of things. I think he should be the investigating officer in this case.
Sophia.
Arthur.
Hi.
Hi.
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
You meeting someone?
Yes, actually, I am.
Oh.
Oh. Are you meeting someone?
Actually, I am.
Oh, good. I mean, I'm glad neither of us is dining alone.
Whatever the case, you would have handled it charmingly, as you do everything.
If you're practicing on me for your dinner date, I think you're going to sweep her off her feet.
She'd already be sitting down. Oh, here she is.
Oh, hi.
Hi,
Hello, Victoria.
Hi.
Cece was kind enough to escort me in.
I assume you have no objection to my dining with a member of your staff? Because some of the members here seem to frown on that kind of transaction.
Well, this particular member of my staff isn't working tonight, so she can do whatever she'd like.
You're lucky to have such a gracious employer.
Yes, I am.
It was nice to see you.
You too.
See you soon.
Okay.
Goodbye, Arthur.
Pleasure as always, Sophia.
Doctor? Sorry.
Cece.
Would you like to sit down now?
You know, I have no objection at all to relocating this dinner if you're the least bit uncomfortable.
Oh, you're kidding? I got us the best table in the house. Are you uncomfortable?
Why would I be uncomfortable?
Didn't you and Sophia used to date?
Now, where in the world would you have heard a thing like that?
I have my sources.
Oh.
Are you sure that you wouldn't rather go somewhere else to eat?
Why do you mean, because of Arthur?
Well, I don't know. I just thought... I don't know what I thought.
No, Cece, that's very considerate of you, but I'm not a schoolgirl. I think we'll be able to get through this evening without too much embarrassment.
Well, can't be sure of that. You don't know what Mason's up to.
Maybe he just invited us here at face value.
Well, I just can't accept the fact that he got a spur-of-the-moment dinner with me. I can't understand the fact he just even wants to have dinner with me.
Maybe he changed. I saw how he looked when you said you were glad to have him back. You two are so much alike.
So I guess you're not going to give me any clue as to why we're here.
Just have faith.
Mason? Julia, hi.
Hi.
Do you know Dr. Arthur Donnelly?
I don't believe so. How do you do?
Hello. Pleasure.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Pleasure here.
You look great. Thank you.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Mason.
There's Cece and Sophia. We should probably not keep them waiting. It was
Okay,
nice to see you.
nice to have a good dinner.
Nice meeting you, Doc.
Goodbye. What was that look?
I have a feeling this could be a very interesting evening.
It was the minute you walked through the door.
You look wonderful, Sophia.
Thank you very much, Mason.
We were just wondering what this spur-of-the-moment dinner was all about.
Well, I don't know that we need an occasion to get together, do we, Dad?
No, of course we don't. We certainly don't.
Good. And to make the occasion even more special and get it off on the right foot, how about a little champagne? Well, maybe that wouldn't get us off on the right foot. Actually, I think there's a certain purity in water which is appropriate for my first toast. And that toast is to you, Dad. And to a new beginning.
Excuse me, I don't understand. The doctors told me my husband was out of his coma, but he's just laying there staring straight ahead.
Well, your husband is now in a catatonic state.
Well, does he know I'm here? I've been sitting there talking to him, and I'm getting no response at all.
It'll take time to determine if there are any neurological damages.
Do you think he'll be speaking anytime soon?
Oh, I doubt that'll happen anytime soon, I'm afraid.
So all I can do right now is open and close his eyes.
Oh, yes. Well, Dr. Donnelly will answer any questions you might have.
I see, thank you. It's me again. I was sitting there talking to you for the longest time before. I don't know if you were sleeping or if you even heard me. Guess you can tell you're at the hospital. We brought you here from the lair. Evidently you walked in on a robbery. It's just like you to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. What am I gonna do with you? First you get shot and now this. Honey, you got through the shooting and you're gonna get through this. We'll get through this together.
What's going on?
We are rolling. She's about to start.
Is Eden going to do
We've
something?
got speed. Please.
Good evening. This is Eden Castillo reporting to you from the Santa Barbara courthouse. As you may or may not know, this last week, I was the victim of rape. A cruel and sadistic man who we believe has struck again. I'm here to warn all the women of Santa Barbara that this man is still out there. He enters his victims' homes through unlocked doors and windows. Even second-story windows should be locked. If you have been assaulted, raped, or hurt in any way, it is important that you step forward and tell somebody what has happened to you. Any information, no matter how small, should be told to the police as soon as possible. It doesn't seem to matter when this man strikes, during the daytime or the nighttime. And he leaves a calling card. A videotape of the actual rape. This video rapist is extremely dangerous. And if you are a woman who has any information, it is important that you please.
Oh, God. Turn the camera off. Get the camera away from her.
When I returned from presenting the results of my work at that conference in Vienna, I thought to myself, I have got to have a change of scene. Paris or London seemed intriguing. But because my daughter was in Santa-Barbara, I thought, why not? I'm glad I came here.
Me too.
All right, I have talked enough about myself.
Oh.
And I apologize.
No, Doctor, please.
We're both supposed to get to know each other this evening.
I wouldn't know where to start.
Well, from the approximately 12 words that I've allowed you to say, there is something that puzzles me.
What?
You light up when you talk about your son, Chip. Now, I know that you thought it was necessary to give him up temporarily. But I think you're being unnecessarily harsh on yourself. You have recovered fully.
Yes, I have.
Well, isn't it about time to start thinking about getting him back?
Oh, I look forward to that day. But it could be far away, I'm not sure. And until I'm sure, things are gonna have to stay the way they are.
Whatever you do, don't underestimate yourself, Victoria. You are a powerful lady.
And you are, Doctor.
Excuse me. I should be right back. I hate that thing.
I guess he supposed it was all right, as long as he had first class to himself.
All the way to Tokyo.
You know, Parnell, when he sets his mind to something.
I know.
That was that guy that set up the oil rig in the Indian Ocean.
That's the man.
Quite a coup, wasn't it?
You bet it was. Let's not talk about business now, because it's boring.
I'm not bored.
You're amazing. Sudden change in him, I don't believe that. I mean, how difficult it was to get him when he was a kid to talk about business, even remotely about business.
I can imagine what Mason was like as a kid.
Yeah, he was like all kids in a lot of ways. Went through stages.
I don't think Julie wants to hear about my stages, Dad.
No, I do, really. Go on.
Well, I think the funny stage you ever went through when he always wanted to be a cowboy.
You never told me that.
Oh, that was funny. He always wear his hat and his boots and his six-gun. He'd run around the house shooting the guns out. He tried to lasso me in the atrium a couple of times, yelling, partner and varmint.
I remember that old picture we have of Mason sitting on a pony dressed in that funny outfit.
Oh, silliest thing.
I bet he was adorable.
Well, he was, but it's a good thing we finally got him out of it. He was becoming a full-blooded redneck.
Excuse me.
Did he say something wrong?
No, of course not. Give me a double bourbon and branch, and go easy on the branch.
Thank you.
Mason, what are you doing?
You sure you're all right?
I'm fine. My legs just get a little weak. I felt a little strange. Oh, Corey, I'm really sorry about this report.
Hey, look, you got enough on tape, though, don't you, Corey? You can take this and cut it together just fine, right?
I hope you feel better.
Thanks. It wasn't his fault.
I'm not saying it was his fault. So what happened? You seemed like you were on the stick and maybe you started having second thoughts or something? What?
Yeah. Guess I was a little numb to all of this. When I was at Wendy's and I was watching the tape, it was like it didn't even happen to me. And when I was at the house and you had the tape, all I could think about was that it was evidence. But when I was standing out here, in front of the camera, all of a sudden, it was like... it was his camera. And he was watching me. And it was like I was living it all over again.
Baby, no. Look, that's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna let that happen, I swear. I swear. Come on. I'll take you home.
You know, now it's not just one rape, but it's two. And who knows how many more there might be, Keith. A lot of them go unreported, just like Eden said. Somewhere out there is a man who is stalking the women of Santa Barbara like some kind of modern-day Jack the Ripper or Son of Sam or that Ted Bundy character.
Honey, listen. We have the entire police force of Santa Barbara looking for this guy right now.
Then why don't I feel safe?
Honey, you are safe. As long as you're with me, you're safe. Now go. I have important things to do, okay?
What?
You heard me.
Yeah, I heard you, Keith, but I don't think you heard yourself. He's out there somewhere. Keith, you said I was safe as long as I stayed close to you, and then you tell me to get out of your office.
Honey, I will. This is important. I got important things to do, urgent things, okay?
No, it's not okay. You didn't even get a chance to tell you what I want to tell you.
I can't just wait.
No, it can't. It's about Sonny.
Oh, not him again.
He's the key to millions of dollars, Keith, and I'm very worried about his relationship with Julia.
So I don't want to hear this, okay?
Oh, fine. We'll just forget about the millions. No problem. I think Sonny is falling for Julia.
We will talk about this later. I have a cop waiting for you downstairs to take you home. Be careful, okay? I love you, all right?
Why don't you just go back to your table?
Why don't you just go back to your doctor, Victoria, unless you'd care to join me?
No, thank you. I can tell when somebody's got a problem, and you definitely have a problem.
Yes, I do have a problem. This glass is now empty, but I'm about to remedy that.
Mason,
Bartender,
don't.
another double bourbon and branch, if you don't mind.
Please cancel that.
Bull.
What are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm having a drink.
You promised me.
Yeah, that was before I realized what a big mistake this evening was.
It was your idea.
I don't care whose idea it was. It stinks.
What the hell is happening to him?
I don't know, but something's very wrong.
A couple weeks, I don't know. It's just somewhere to start.
Yeah, it's a good start. Would you turn this up? I think this is my newscast.
Good evening. This is Eden Castillo reporting to you from the Santa Barbara
I look really
courthouse.
different.
As you may or may not know, last week I was the victim of rape. A cruel and sadistic man who we believe has struck again. I'm here to warn all the women of Santa Barbara that this man is still out there. He enters his victims' homes through unlocked doors and windows. Even second-story windows should be locked. If you have been assaulted or raped or hurt in any way, it is important that you now step forward and tell someone what has happened to you. If you have any information...
Frank Miller, report to the 4th floor nurses station. Dr. Engstrom, report to radiology, please. Dr. Engstrom.
Get out of here or I will call security.
What's this, not even a hello?
Hello, now get out.
Listen to me, baby. The reason I came down is because I'm worried about...
You know something? Since you're here, there is something I want to ask you.
What's that?
What was Jeffrey doing at the lair?
How should I know?
You do own the place.
Listen, a lot of people come and go in there. I don't keep tabs on
Oh,
them,
I see. So somehow he got in there and just happened to interrupt a burglar.
Yeah, that's what the police told me. I hear he came out of his coma. Has he said anything to you?
He can't talk yet. Now, I want you to get out of here. Or would you prefer that I call a guard?
I'm going. You know something? I really thought we could have had something.
Not in a million years.
Right.
Nurse Bryant, report to second floor
Hey, Jeffrey. I hear you came out of your coma. That's real good news. But you know something, man? I still got the feeling you hear what's going on. You know exactly what's going on. So let me give you a little advice, huh? You pray to God that you don't learn how to talk again. Because next time, I'm gonna make sure you're dead.
You stay away from Kelly, you bastard. Because I'm not dying until I tell her about you. You can count on that.
What kind of trouble?
This is Sonny. What is he doing?
I don't know. But I sure hope he's still sunny when he wakes up.
What?
Well, last time he was knocked out, he became Mason again.
I feel so safe when I'm with you.
You are safe, darling. You're safe. I'll get it.
No, I'll get it. It's probably Brent about the newscast. Hello?
Hi again. Did you get my tape? I just wanted to let you know that every time I'm with someone, it's you. I don't even see their faces. I see your face.
When the fuzzy alien gets stuck in the back seat on Lynn's drive-in movie date, the action's not just on the screen. Then David steals a rival college's mascot, and the Hogan family's put to the test when the beast terrorizes the house. NBC's new TV season premieres tonight.